Did you guys know there's over 150 wild roses out there and over 30,000 types of cultivars? So when it comes to picking out roses, it can be really overwhelming. A lot of people are really shy when it comes to roses. They like receiving them as gifts, but when it comes to growing their own, they think of aphids, black spot, and powdery mildew, all things that can affect roses. And they can sometimes be high maintenance, but there's a lot of varieties out there that actually are fairly low maintenance, can have a lot of color, can also be disease resistant. And so for this video today, I want to focus on Monrovia's Nitty Gritty collection. So I actually want to buy some for my mother for Mother's Day and want to stick them in the front yard. I'm thinking I want to stick with the red varieties they have, but I also have a client who I like to call her yard the pink yard because she has most of our flowers are pink and different varieties of pink. So I want to look at the varieties of pink they have. So let's head to the nursery, see what's available, and go from there. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, we're looking for roses today. And again, I really am looking for the Nitty Gritty, the ground cover rose. They do flower a lot. I mean, there's many beautiful options here, but I want that lower growing. They get about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. All right, let's talk about colors a little bit. There's a handful of different colors I have. This is the peach. It's the only one flowering right now, but it is so beautiful. And this one has a light fragrance. Honestly, it's so lovely. It just makes me want to sip some Chardonnay and smell this rose on a summer day. And then there's the red, which I would like for my parents' yard because I have a lot of red accents. And then we have the white right here. Now the white is a little bit taller than the rest of them. And then we also have the pink, which is super vibrant. It's gonna be perfect for my client. It really has that rich, vibrant color. And then the last one that I'm not getting is the yellow, which is beautiful. It just doesn't go with any of my projects right now. All right, so let's talk about some of the characteristics here. So this rose in particular has spray flowers, and it basically means that it has multiple buds on a single stem. So sometimes you have a stem that has that singular large rose flower at the end. These are gonna have slightly smaller, but you have a lot of them. And so that's what we're looking for when we want a lot of color, a lot of flowers. So you have that here. This is about to go off and it's gonna look so beautiful. The other thing I wanted to point out about these roses is they are own root. So what that means is that this rose top is the same as the rose bottom. It was grown as one whole plant, where it is common to use grafting or scions, which means that you have different root base. That's like a nice hardy root base and a different type of top for whatever features that you want. Now there's advantages to both, but the advantages of having it being own root is it usually is a little bit more hardy in general, and they tend to live a little bit longer, which is great. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with Nitty Gritties is they are self-cleaning. Now, what that means when you're talking about roses is it means that it's going to bloom, but it's going to drop its own flowers. So you don't need to come through and deadhead. Sometimes deadheading roses is what encourages the growth. That's not needed on this, making it really low maintenance. One thing I want to point out about Monrovia's plants in particular is they actually take a lot of time before they even hit the market. So they use a specialized soil mix. It actually has mycorrhizae in there that really helps the roots grow and establish, but they also have a slow release fertilizer. So that's going to help you when it comes to getting your plants established, that they're already really far ahead with their root structure. All right, so these are the flowers I got, and I was initially thinking the red because we have red accents here. But then I really love the peach color.
I do too.
I think, isn't that just really nice? And then there's this like fuchsia pink as well.
I think we have enough red.
So I was thinking that too, but then I was also thinking we could put these in the backyard as well.
Okay.
Well, which one do you naturally gravitate towards?
Well, right now, I do like fuchsia.
Yeah, isn't that
But
pretty?
I do like this too.
All right. There's something about this. I really love it.
It's spring.
I was thinking maybe putting this by the fire pit in the back.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Mom. You can go back to work. So this is kind of a forgotten spot in the yard, but actually is really nice. We have a fire pit back here, this dry creek bed. I would like to put one of the roses here and then one of the roses on the other side. We have a few volunteer plants like that yucca and that other fountain grass, that's what it's called. I'm probably gonna get rid of those and have balance on either side of the creek bed. I have some light weeding to do here, but otherwise this is gonna be a great spot for these roses in particular because they do love full sun. They will have at least 8 hours of sun here, but full sun is usually 6 to 8 or more. So that's gonna be great to get these guys blooming. I do wanna make sure I put irrigation back here because we're in Southern California and it gets kind of dry out here, but I will say that these guys will establish, and they're not water hogs, but you know, they need regular water. Right now what I'm looking for is What's the soil like? What type of soil do I have? Luckily out here, we have a pretty good loam, which roses will do really well in. If you had like a heavy clay soil, you can still do roses, but you may want to just raise them out of the ground, do them in containers, or if you want to put them in the ground, you want to condition your soil because the clay actually has a lot of nutrients in it. However, the plant can't access them oftentimes, so that's why you gotta break that through. But luckily for us, we don't need to do any of that. So the goal here is to dig a hole that's about twice as wide as the container and just as deep. And when it comes to fertilizing, if you were doing this in the fall, I wouldn't recommend putting fertilizer in, but fall is a great time to plant roses, depending on where you live. But since we're here in the spring, I'm gonna put a little bit of a soil booster. And like I said, Monrovia already has a slow release fertilizer in the container, so we're covered here. So let me test this. That's the right depth, and it's about twice as wide. So I'm just gonna slowly push the pot to kind of get the soil to release from the sides. And hold the crown here, and voila. Look how beautiful that is. Like, this is really nice rooting. It's not winding around like this. The roots are growing down. There's plenty of air space in this. The bottom is not totally bounded up. It's just ever so slightly holding the soil. This looks great. So I'm just gonna very, very lightly just massage this out. And what we're trying to do is get those roots on the side to start growing outwards here. And so you never want to plant your rose too low. You want to make sure it's at least soil level or maybe slightly higher. And again, I'm going to mix in the soil booster, which is a lot of organic matter, something this soil lacks a little bit of. And this is just going to help add some more nutrients to make it available to the rose. All right. But I love using the native soil to backfill, because that's what the plant needs to get used to. It's been in this beautiful pot where it's had everything it needs, but it's time for reality. It's out here in the landscape now, so it needs to get used to the soil. And honestly, the soil has everything it needs. You just need to manipulate it with enough water and microorganisms and compost and stuff like that, and that really will help release what's in the soil and make it available to the plant. All right, so now all I need to do is water this in. Oh, this is gonna be so beautiful back here. And so what I want to do is saturate the soil, give it a nice drink, because it is kind of traumatic for plants to be put in the ground, moved around a lot. We want to give it a nice welcome to its new place. But also watering it in is going to help the soil settle in around it, so you can see pretty quickly like if there's big air gaps and it needs to be filled in with a little additional soil. All right, so there we go. We have our first nitty gritty in the yard here. I'll put its partner on the other side so we have balance in this space. I'm so excited. I love this peach color. I don't know what it does to me, but it just makes me so happy. So can't wait for this to fully go into bloom. I'm definitely going to be taking some cut flowers from this, but also just really appreciating it in the landscape. So here it's planted as an accent plant. In my client's yard, which I'll show you in a bit, that is going to be a mass planting where you just get tons of color in a row, and it really makes this dramatic effect. Great for curb appeal. So welcome to my client's yard. This is where I want to do a mass planting of these nitty gritty roses. So in order to get that full coverage to coverage, I'm spacing them out every 3.5 feet. I'm just figuring out what works best for this planter because it's pretty much already defined, but that will be nice so that the plants will slightly grow into each other, so we'll have that full coverage. As you can see, it's about to go off in bloom, and I cannot wait to see the color of these flowers. As you can see in the image here, they are so bright and beautiful. I'll make sure to update you guys when this starts to flower, and I expect lots of blooms here. As I always, thank you guys for following and watching. If you have any questions about these nitty gritty roses from Monrovia, just let me know in the comments below. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on how these guys grow in.